Hi there, it's Karen here, also known as Crafty Little Miss K, and today I have got some Christmas crackers for you. I have spent the last week catching up on all the makes I was doing for my family members. All the adult members have had homemade presents or handmade presents. The children have obviously got toys and things from the shops, but I thought I'd better get on with doing the last little bits now, and then maybe I can relax for a day and then start again with all the prep, all the food prep and what have you. But anyway, yes, so these crackers are great little things. I got the idea from Julie Kettlewell, who has got a video tutorial, put my teeth back in, a video tutorial on how to make them. They measure, in total, they measure 9 inches. And if you want just the body of it, where you're going to fill it, it's 5 inches. Okay, and it's about 2 inches. Sort of like diameter, I guess. It's not really a circle, is it? It's a hexagon. 2, 4, 6. So that's a hexagon. Anyway, so yeah, the crackers are. I've got chocolate bars in mine. If I just grab a couple off the side here, I've got the ones from the supermarkets, which are a little on the long side to go in, as you can see. But if you go to somewhere like the pound shop, their bars are usually slightly smaller, and they'll go in easily. Or you could use something like I've got here for the grandchildren, little Kinder. Figure, little snowman figure, and that will fit in a tree because there's a little gap either side, so those ones will be lovely. Anyway, so to make these I've used the Santa's Workshop designer paper. Here is my pack of super chopped up design papers. There's some, it's 12 by 12 originally, and as you can see I have used it and used it. I've got lots of odd bits and pieces. So and also to make it, I've got some old ribbon from last year, so as long as it's like a narrow ribbon that you can use just to tie the ends, or you can use a bit of string if you want to. Nice bit, maybe a bit of baker's twine might be nice. And then to do the labels on here, I have just got the 1 3/8 scallop punch there, and I've got a 1 1/4 inch circle punch. And then for the leaves, instead of using the sprig punch, which is this one here, I've gone back to using my old leaf punch. Okay. So with these ones, you can actually tart up the leaves a little bit. If I just turn this round, you just sort of pinch it like that. Put your hands, finger and thumb over it, and just give it a little twist. You can add a little bit of shape to your leaf as well, or you can leave them straight. I mean, I should have done this before I put them on. If I grab one, I've got pre-punched. Yeah, so you just get your leaf. Let's move this out of the way. Just get your leaf, hold it in the middle. Put your finger and thumb over the top and just give it a squeeze, and with this hand, or if you're left-handed obviously, with the tweezer hand, you just give it a little twist, and it gives you a nice little bit of detail. My lighting is starting to go. I don't know, put my lamp on just yet, so if I bring that up, can you see that little bit of detail there? And they look really nice. I really like adding that on there. Anyway, so that's that. And I think I'm speaking far too fast. Let me just slow down. So yes, so these crackers I'm going to be making, and I will show you how to do it. So let's move those out the way. So what you'll need is a piece of designer paper. I would use a slightly thicker piece. This is good quality, as you can hear. Mainly because obviously you want your cracker to hold its shape a little bit. And then this measures 6.5 inches. So 6.5 inches this way, and it's 10 inches this way. And then you grab your scoreboard, and on the narrow end, so on the 6-inch side or 6.5 inch side, you want to score, let's get my piece of paper so I can see, every inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That leaves you a 1/2 inch tab area there. Turn it to the long side, and you want to score at 1 1/2, at 2, and at 2 1/2. Turn it all the way around, do it again, 1 1/2, 2, and 2 1/2, and that's that bit done. So that was nice and simple, wasn't it? And then the next piece is to fold and press out all of those score lines. Yeah, so I hope you're all ready for Christmas, those of you who celebrate. Like I said, I am now, just about. Just got to get these crackers done. I missed one of those folders now. Yeah, it's got a couple of little bits to get, and my fresh food on Christmas Eve, which is I always go out early in the morning because I'm working Christmas Eve. So I'll be out of the shops really early before I go to work. Get all my fresh fruit and veg, cream, things like that. And I shall go home, have some breakfast, and then go to work. Luckily, it's only a half day, so it's not so bad. Anyway, so you'll get like this. You can start seeing the cracker shape starting already, can't you? And then the envelope punch board, this little contraption here. And what you want to do is just fold that out again. And then turn it on the horizontal folds, the long folds. Pop it in until the end is at 2 inches here. And then punch. And then just do that all the way down. When I do the other side, I'll just pause, but I just want to show you this side first. Using a thicker paper, you do need to use two-handed. I've tried doing it one-handed, and all I did was strained my shoulder. So, okay, and then the last one, the little bit with the narrow bit. And then go back to that first edge, that long edge there, and just do it again there. But don't do it on this one, otherwise you'll just cut that piece off. Okay, so I'm going to pause while I do the other side, and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, so there we go. Just got to do that last little punch on the long edge, and that's that bit done. So we'll get rid of that, get rid of all the paper that's tucked up underneath it. Okay, so you'll end up with this, okay? And then find your narrow piece, which is going to be the bit that you glue. And at this stage, believe me, I tried it the other way, just making it first, and it was difficult. Just get your snap that you're going to be using, if indeed you're going to be using a snap. And then just a little bit of glue, just to hold it down so it doesn't fall out. So I'll just pop that just in the middle of that panel there. Just hold that for a second. Okay, and then I'm going to be using my favourite, the wet glue. But you can use your double-sided tape. If you've got some fast fuse, which is a really strong glue runner. Stampin' Up! Don't do it anymore, which is sad because I loved it. Okay, so then just sort of find another fold. Just to, what I want to do is just straighten it out like that. It can be there, it can be the next one over. It's entirely up to you. And then just bring them over to meet like that. Okay, and then I will just get your bone folder and just give it a little press down, because I've got like flocked paper here. So I just want to make sure that glue really takes. And at the end, and then that is it. So as you can see now, my snap is actually popping out a little bit, and there we are. There's your cracker shape made. So I will cut these ends off in a second. I'll put the ribbon on first, but before I do, I want to put the filling in. All right. So I'm going to try and get that crunchy bar in. I might have to make sure that's really folded over well. And off to one side, just bring all my bits in now. Off to one side, I've got some jokes all pre-printed. I haven't looked at them. I just looked at a couple just to see what they were like, because I hate corny jokes. Found a site that had a couple on that I quite liked, and I've printed them off. I've turned them upside down so I can't see what the jokes are and the answers, obviously. And that will go in. That actually fits in just nicely. And then I'm not going to put a hat in. Oops, that's wrong. I'm not going to put a hat in, but you can buy all that kind of stuff on Amazon anyway. So, right, where is my join? I want to make sure that's right underneath. There's my joint. There it is there. So I want that one at the bottom. And then let's get this, oops, tied up. Yeah, so this is 1/4 of an inch wide. So yeah, nice narrow ribbon. Red one. Get one, if you've got one that tones with your paper, then great. This one is obviously a Christmas one from last year, like I said, so I'm just going to use it all up. And then I'm just going to tie these in knots, because it's not like people are going to want to undo them. They're just going to pull them to pieces anyway. So I'm just going to tie mine in a little knot. And then just cuts that off there at an angle so it doesn't fray the other end. Try and make your knots on the same panel so they both face upwards. That's gone a bit square looking. I think that's just probably the chocolate bar inside. That's it. Okay, so that's that bit. Alright. And then to do the label, I've got one pre-prepared, but I'll show you how to do it. Just get some scraps of white and some scraps of red. So that's a big scrap. Righty-ho. So yes, scraps. So I'm using, for the verse and the little sentiment on the front, I am using smoky slate for the snowflakes. If I just bring that up to show you. That's how I'm doing it. So, and I've got the red for the wording. And then the wording comes from Signs of Santa, just using A Joyful Christmas. And then the Snow is Glistening set, which you can't get anymore, I'm afraid. I've just used this little snowflakes there. But there are other stamp sets out there that have little tiny flurries of snowflakes on them. Okay, so let's move them off to one side for a second. I've got them all pre-mounted. Let's get the red first. I think my red needs re-inking. I've noticed sometimes it's on the, I don't know which side it is, one of them it comes out a little faded at one part. So you don't have to be worried too much about whether it's straight or not, which actually is straight for once. Normally my stamping is a little bit crooked. So that's all you need the red for, so you can pop that away before it gets all over your fingers. And then I'm using the round punch, the 1 1/4 inch punch. Just put that Joyful Christmas in the middle. That's it. I'll leave that out because I need more of them. And then this one is just the scallop punch. I will do it, but I've got some pre-punched anyway. That's it, like that. And then the leaf punch, I'm going to need 2 of those. So let's keep one of those. And the smoky slate. And then just go around the edge. Oh, I'm going to stamp off and then go around the edge because I don't want it to be too dark. That's it, that's that done. Clean in a minute. Alright, get my glue out. I'm going to put my light on in a minute. It's getting very dark. Still, we're past the shortest day now, so it can only get better from now on, can't it? I'm trying to find a silver lining in most things. Okay, so that's that bit done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach these underneath. If I want them to be that way round, I should want them, it's kind of like a bit more horizontal so that they don't hang off the cracker too much. So this one will go slightly off like that. And then I'm going to stick it onto the cracker using dimensionals, which I've got ready here. Okay. And there we are. Oops, don't press too hard like I did. There we go. So that's all there is to it. So like I said, it's really, really easy and very, very quick, which is just as well. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's just cut off that snap. I always leave a little bit hanging out anyway. There we go. So there we are. That's all my crackers. Well, it's not all my crackers made. As you can see, I've got a fair few. I've got them all ready to go. Look, I've already scored them and folded them. So I've got a few more to do, but I wanted to show you these while I had the light, because I should be doing this with a light on very soon because it's getting darker now. It's a bit later. It's 10:03. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those, and please do have a go if you get time. Obviously, it's a really, really busy time of the year now. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who subscribed over this year. I've had a lot of subscribers in the last few months, and I've been told today by somebody that her daughter and her daughter's friends are watching. So all to Evie and to Zoe and to their friends who are watching, hi. And I shall be back after Christmas. I'll try and get another one in before the new year, but if not, do have a Merry Christmas and a peaceful and happy new year. And I really do hope that 2019 brings you everything that you could dream of. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please do subscribe as well if you haven't subscribed already. Bye for now.